A wounded soldier wakes to a glowing alien, claiming her soul. What's their forbidden bond? Captain Maya Winters woke to a skull-splitting headache, each heartbeat a hammer against her temples. The cold glow of fluorescent light stabbed her eyes, forcing them shut again. She groaned, her voice rough, barely audible over the hum of medical equipment. The air smelled of antiseptic, sharp and sterile, like a hospital ward after a long shift. She lay on a hard cot, the thin mattress doing little to cushion her aching body. Somewhere nearby, a monitor beeped steadily, its rhythm out of sync with her pounding pulse. "Damn it, Bishop," she muttered, her words slurring slightly. "Last time I trust your intel. The mission should have been simple. Infiltrate a secure facility, steal some data, slip out unnoticed. But Bishop, that smug intelligence officer with his polished smirk, had conveniently left out the part about military-grade security. Now here she was, head throbbing like a plasma cannon had gone off inside it, body feeling like it had been run over by a light freighter. She tried to piece together the mission's end. Flashes of gunfire, blaring alarms, then nothing. A black void where her memories should be. The pain eased slightly, enough for her to risk opening her eyes again. That's when she noticed she wasn't alone. A figure stood near the room's viewport, silent as a statue, bathed in the faint glow of distant stars. Tall and slender, its silhouette was almost too perfect, like something carved from moonlight. Maya's hand shot to her side, instinct driving her to grab a weapon that wasn't there. 10 years in the Earth Defense Force had honed that reflex to a razor's edge, but her holster was empty, her gear stripped. She sat up, ignoring the wave of dizziness that followed, and fixed her gaze on the stranger. "Who the hell are you?" she demanded, her voice low, edged with suspicion. The figure turned, starlight catching its features. Its skin shimmered, a pale blue that seemed to glow faintly, like bioluminescent algae on a midnight sea. The face, definitely masculine, despite the alien biology, was sharp yet balanced, cheekbones high and jawline precise. Its eyes were the strangest part, large, pitch-black pools with no whites, filled with tiny specks of light that swirled like stars in a galaxy. Instead of hair, delicate tendrils of energy floated around its head, swaying as if underwater. "I am Tarek," the figure said, its voice a blend of melody and wind, resonant, yet soft. "And I belong to you, Maya Winters." Maya blinked, her frown deepening. "Belong to me? What kind of sci-fi nonsense is that? This is a secure EDF station, pal. You shouldn't be here." Tarek tilted his head, the starlight in his eyes shifting, almost hypnotic. "You entered a prison compound during your mission. You freed the captives, including me. By Lumidian law, this creates a bond, unbreakable and eternal. I am your guardian now." Maya's mind raced, trying to pull up the mission's details. Her objective had been data retrieval, not a jailbreak. She remembered the facility's cold corridors, the glow of holoscreens, the weight of her pulse rifle. But freeing prisoners, that part was a blank, a gap in her memory as wide as a neutron star. The headache pulsed again, sharp and insistent. "You've got the wrong person," she said, crossing her arms. "And for the record, we don't do owning people on Earth. That's not how we roll." Tarek stepped closer, his energy tendrils rippling in the air. "This is not ownership, as you understand it. It is a connection of soul and mind. Among the last of my kind, I am one of few to form such a bond. If you reject it, I will become a wanderer, without anchor or purpose. For a Lumidian, that is a slow, painful death." Maya opened her mouth to argue, but the medical bay's door slid open with a hiss. Lieutenant Bishop strode in, his tailored uniform crisp, his smile as oily as ever. She fought the urge to wipe it off his face with her fist. "Captain Winters," Bishop said, his tone dripping with mock concern. "Good to see you awake. I see you've met your gift." His eyes flicked to Tarek, a mix of irritation and greed flashing across his face. "A real Lumidian. 10 years in the Force, and I've never seen one. Thought your kind was extinct." Tarek straightened, his glow intensifying, casting faint shadows on the walls. We nearly are, thanks to men like you. Bishop ignored the jab, focusing on Maya. Do you know what you're holding, Winters? The rarest creature in the known galaxy. Lumidians can sense and manipulate energy fields in living beings. They can heal, harm, even read minds in a way. Our military's been chasing a specimen for 2 decades. Maya's stomach churned. And it wasn't just the headache. Specimen, she repeated, her voice tight. He's a sentient being. Bishop, not a lab rat. Bishop's smile turned cold. Don't get soft on me, Captain. This is war. Earth needs every edge to survive in the Galactic Alliance. You, he turned to Tarek, come with me willingly, and I'll make sure Winters gets a promotion instead of a court-martial for botching that mission. Anger surged through Maya, hot and sharp. Enough, Bishop. Get out of my room or I'm calling security. Tarek's gaze shifted to her, his expression unreadable. A strange warmth bloomed in her mind, fleeting but real. Gratitude mixed with something deeper, like a melody she couldn't quite hear. Bishop watched them, his smile twisting into something darker. Too late, Winters, he said, stepping toward the door. The bond's already forming. You feel it, don't you? That's why we can't bond with these things. Human brains react uniquely. He paused, his eyes glinting. Enjoy your gift, Captain. We'll be watching you both, closely. The door hissed shut, leaving Maya and Tarek in silence. She stared at the alien, her mind a storm of doubt and curiosity. Whatever this bond was, it was real, and it was trouble. Maya Winters slumped onto the narrow cot in her quarters, the door hissing shut behind her. The room was a mess, EDF gear strewn across the floor, a cracked hollow photo of New York's skyline glowing faintly on the wall. The city looked alien. Now its towers laced with galactic tech after a century of contact. Her headache lingered, a dull throb, but it was Bishop's words that gnawed at her. A bond? With an alien? She rubbed her temples, muttering, "This is Star Trek levels of crazy." Tarek stood by the viewport, his blue skin catching the starlight. His energy tendrils swayed gently, like seaweed in an invisible current. He hadn't spoken since they left the medical bay, but his presence filled the room, quiet yet heavy, like a storm waiting to break. Maya leaned forward, elbows on her knees, and fixed him with a hard stare. "Okay, Tarek," she said, her voice sharp. "Spill it. What's this bond? And why's Bishop acting like he just won the galactic lottery?" Tarek turned, his star-filled eyes meeting hers. "The bond is sacred to my people," he said, his voice a low hum, like wind through a canyon. "When you save my life, our energies entwined. It is not just spiritual. It changes us, body and mind." Maya frowned, crossing her arms. "Changes how? Because I'm not signing up for any alien brain surgery." Tarek stepped closer, his glow casting soft shadows on the walls. "You feel it already, don't you? A warmth, a presence, like a second pulse." He paused, his tendrils stilling. "I sense your emotions, doubt, anger, curiosity. As the bond grows, we will share more. Thoughts, senses, even strength." Maya's breath caught. She had felt something in the medical bay, a fleeting warmth, like sunlight on her skin. Now, focusing on it, she sensed a faint rhythm in her mind, not hers, but not unwelcome. It was Tarek, she realized, his presence brushing against her thoughts. She stood, pacing to shake off the unease. "This is nuts," she said. "I'm a soldier, not some psychic sidekick. Can I opt out?" Tarek's glow dimmed slightly, his eyes swirling slower. "To reject the bond would sever my purpose. I would wander, unmoored, until my energy fades. But for you, it is a choice. If you refuse, you will lose only the connection, not your life." Maya stopped pacing, her gaze flicking to the hollow photo. Her brother's face smiled back from the image, frozen in time before an EDF mission claimed him. Loss was a wound she knew too well. She sighed, running a hand through her cropped hair. "Look, I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no either. Just tell me more. What's a Lumidian guardian supposed to do?" Tarek's tendrils brightened, A sign of relief, maybe hope. Long ago, my people protected those who saved us, he said. Some were human, their bonds forging legends on your world. Warriors, leaders, even kings, you call them myths. Arthur, Joan, others. Guardians amplify their partners, share their burdens, fight as one. Maya snorted, leaning against the wall. So what? You're my alien Merlin? Gonna pull a sword from a stone for me? Despite her sarcasm, the idea intrigued her. Earth's myths tied to aliens? It sounded like something from a late-night. Red lights flashed, bathing the room in an eerie glow. Maya's comm unit buzzed, Bishop's voice crackling through. Winters, report to the command deck now. We've got an unauthorized ship in our sector. Move it. Maya grabbed her jacket, a soldier's instincts kicking in. Stay here, she told Tarek, heading for the door. But he followed, his steps silent, his glow steady. I am your guardian, he said, his tone firm. Where you go, I go, and I sense danger in this summons. Bishop's intent is not pure. Maya paused, her hand on the door panel. That warmth in her mind flared again, sharper now, carrying a flicker of Tarek's wariness. She didn't trust Bishop either. His greasy smile and cryptic threat screamed trouble. But an alien reading her CO's vibes. That was a lot to swallow. Still, something about Tarek's certainty made her gut twist. Fine, she said, jabbing a finger at him. But you keep that glowy stuff under wraps. Last thing I need is the whole station thinking I've got an alien stalker. Tarek inclined. His head, his tendrils curling slightly, almost amused. As you wish, Maya Winters. She opened the door, stepping into the corridor's harsh light. The alarm wailed on, a reminder of the galaxy's chaos waiting beyond. Whatever Bishop was hiding, whatever this bond meant, Maya knew one thing. Her life had just gotten a whole lot weirder. And something told her the unauthorized ship wasn't just a random flyby. The hangar bay of the EDF orbital station buzzed with chaos. Drones whirred overhead, their scanners casting red beams across sleek fighters prepped for launch. Technicians shouted orders, their voices drowned by the screech of metal and the hum of charging engines. Maya Winters moved fast, her boots pounding the grated floor. Tarek, a silent shadow at her side. His glow was dimmed, his energy tendrils tucked close, but he still drew curious glances from passing crew. She shot him a look. Keep it low-key, all right? We're not starring in close encounters here. Tarek's starry eyes flicked to her. Unreadable. I am trying, Maya Winters. Your world is loud. She snorted, weaving through a maze of crates. Bishop's summons to the command deck had her hackles up, but that unauthorized ship nagged at her more. If Tarek was right about danger, she needed answers, not orders. The hangar was their best shot, close to the docking bays where the mystery ship might be. Her gut told her it wasn't a coincidence, not with Bishop's creepy interest in Tarek. They slipped behind a stack of fuel canisters, the air thick with the tang of plasma coolant. Maya crouched, scanning the bay. A squad of EDF security stood near a sealed docking port, their rifles ready. Beyond them, through a reinforced viewport, she glimpsed the ship, a sleek, curved vessel that looked more grown than built, its hull pulsing faintly, like a living thing. Her breath caught. That's no EDF tech, she whispered. What the hell is it? Tarek's voice was low, urgent. It is Lumidian, a living ship bonded to my kind. It should not be here. Maya's mind raced. A Lumidian ship parked at an EDF station. Bishop's words about specimens echoed, chilling her. She glanced at Tarek, his glow flickering with unease. You're saying that's yours? How'd it end up in our backyard? I do not know, he said, his tendrils twitching. But we must reach it. I sense its call. Before she could argue, a security drone buzzed overhead, its scanner locking onto them. Maya grabbed Tarek's arm, pulling him into the shadows. Move! She hissed. They darted through the bay, dodging drones and crew. Tarek raised a hand, his fingers glowing faintly. A nearby camera sparked and died, its lens going dark. Maya's jaw tightened. Okay, that's handy. But don't go full X-Men on me yet. They reached the docking port, the guards distracted by a sudden klaxon. Maya hacked the access panel, her fingers flying over the hollow keys. The door slid open, revealing a corridor to the Lumidian ship. But as they stepped inside, boots thundered behind them. Bishop's voice barked over the comms. "Winters, stand." "Down! You're harboring a fugitive!" Maya cursed, slamming the door shut. "Fugitive? Since when?" She turned to Tarek, her eyes narrowing. "What else aren't you telling me?" Tarek's glow flared, his voice steady. "I am no fugitive. Bishop wants my kind for his own ends. We must go now." They sprinted down the corridor, the ship's airlock looming ahead. The Lumidian vessel's hull shimmered, its surface rippling like water. Maya slapped the airlock panel, and the door opened with a soft hum. Inside, the ship was alive. Walls pulsing with faint light, controls that looked more like vines than tech. Maya slid into the pilot's seat, her EDF training kicking in, but the controls were alien, unresponsive. "Great," she muttered. "It's like flying a damn coral reef." Tarek placed a hand on her shoulder, and a warmth surged through. Her mind, the bond. Images flashed, his hands guiding hers, the ship's systems waking. "Trust me," he said. Her fingers moved, guided by his thoughts, and the ship roared to life, engines humming like a heartbeat. Alarms blared outside. Through the viewport, Maya saw Bishop's security team storming the docking bay, weapons hot. A fighter squadron launched, their thrusters glowing red. Maya gripped the controls, her pulse racing. "Hold on," she said, flashing Tarek a grin. "Time to channel my inner Top Gun." The ship lurched forward, tearing free of the station's clamps. Maya banked hard, dodging a barrage of plasma fire. The galaxy stretched before them, vast and unforgiving, but Bishop's fighters were closing fast. Whatever this ship was, wherever it came from, it was their only shot at answers and survival. The Lumidian ship glided into the asteroid hub's docking ring, its living hull blending with the shadows of jagged rock. Maya Winters stepped out, her boots clanging on the metal platform. The air smelled of ozone and spice, a mix of alien fuels and street food. Neon lights flickered above, casting the hub in a chaotic glow. Event Horizon, the galaxy's wildest nightclub, loomed ahead, its entrance pulsing with hollow ads for black market tech and exotic drinks. Maya adjusted her jacket, muttering, "I need a Blade Runner decoder ring for this place." Tarek followed, his glow dimmed to avoid attention, though his starry eyes still drew stares. The hub swarmed with aliens, shape-shifting Vex slinking through crowds, robotic Krell clanking in sync, fiery Solari trailing embers. Maya felt like a tourist in a cosmic zoo, her EDF training useless against this sensory overload. "Stay close," she told Tarek. "This place looks like it eats soldiers for breakfast." He nodded, his tendrils tucked tight. "I sense many intentions here. Greed, fear, desperation. We must be cautious." Their escape from the EDF station had been too close, Bishop's fighters nearly clipping their tail. Now, they needed intel on that Lumidian ship, and why Bishop wanted Tarek so badly. A Vex informant, Zara, was their best shot. Maya had dealt with her kind before, slippery but reliable if the price was right. They pushed through the nightclub doors, music hitting like a shockwave. Alien beats mixed with human bass, loud enough to rattle her bones. Inside, Event Horizon was a fever dream. Multi-level platforms floated on grav fields, packed with dancers from a dozen worlds. Hollow screens flashed ads for neural implants and Starship mods. A Krell bartender poured glowing drinks with 6 arms, while a Solari singer belted notes that sparked literal flames. Maya smirked, despite herself. "Okay, this beats the EDF mess hall." Tarek's voice cut through the noise. "Zara is there." He nodded to a shadowed booth, where a Vex woman lounged, her skin shifting from green to silver. Maya approached, sliding into the seat opposite. Zara's eyes, liquid gold, sized her up. "Captain Winters," Zara purred, her voice like silk. "And a Lumidian. Bold move, bringing a prize like him here." Maya leaned forward, her tone hard. Cut the games, Zara. We need info. Why's an EDF station holding a Lumidian ship? And what's Bishop's deal? Zara's skin rippled, a smirk forming. Bishop's just a cog, human. The real players. Our Nexus Corp, a shadow outfit in the Galactic Alliance. They're hunting Lumidians, paying big for live captures. Their psychic powers, worth more than a star system. She glanced at Tarek, her eyes gleaming. Your friend's a walking jackpot. Maya's stomach twisted. She felt Tarek's unease through the bond, a cold ripple in her mind. Why hunt them? She asked, keeping her voice steady. Zara leaned closer, her voice dropping. Nexus Corp. Wants to control energy fields, ships, weapons, even mines. Lumidians are the key. And your mission, Winters? Not an accident. Someone wanted you to find him. Before Maya could press further, a Solari bounty hunter loomed over the booth, his skin crackling with heat. Lumidian, he growled, drawing a plasma blade. You're coming with me. Maya was on her feet in a flash, her fist connecting with the hunter's jaw. The club erupted, patrons scattering as tables flipped. Tarek moved, his glow flaring. He touched Maya's arm, and a surge of energy flooded her. Her reflexes sharpened, her punches landed harder. They fought in sync, Tarek's energy weaving through her like a dance. The hunter went down, but more were coming, drawn by the bounty. Time to go! Maya shouted, grabbing Tarek's hand. They bolted through the crowd, dodging plasma shots. The bond pulsed, Tarek's strength fueling her speed. They reached the exit, the hub's neon chaos swallowing them as they ran for the ship. Zara's words echoed in Maya's head. Her mission wasn't an accident. Someone had set her up to find Tarek, and Nexus Corp was pulling the strings. As they sprinted, one question burned brighter than the nightclub's lights. Who wanted her to cross paths with a Lumidian, and why? The Lumidian ship drifted through a nebula's glowing clouds, tendrils of violet and gold swirling outside the viewport. Inside, the air was warm, the walls pulsing softly, like a living heartbeat. Maya Winters sat cross-legged on the floor, her EDF jacket tossed aside, her hands fidgeting with a hollow cube that flickered with static. The chaos of Event Horizon felt light years away, but Zara's words clung to her like damp air. Nexus Corp. A setup. Her mission, rigged from the start. She glanced at Tarek, who stood by the controls, his glow steady but dim, his starry eyes fixed on the nebula. All right, Glowstick, Maya said, her voice half-teasing, half-edged. Zara's intel is a lot to unpack. Nexus Corp's hunting. You're kind, and my mission was a trap. You got any theories, or am I flying blind here? Tarek turned, his energy tendrils swaying gently. I sense truth in her words, he said, his voice a low hum. My people have been hunted for centuries, our numbers dwindling. But a human, chosen for this bond? That is new. And troubling. Maya leaned back, her head against the warm wall. The bond hummed in her mind, a faint warmth that felt less alien now. She could sense Tarek's emotions, grief, sharp and heavy, mixed with a flicker of hope. It unnerved her, but she couldn't deny the connection. You mentioned your homeworld, she said, softer now. What happened to it? Tarek's glow dimmed, his tendrils stilling. It was a world of light, he said, his voice distant. Cities of crystal, skies alive with energy. Nexus Corp's ancestors came, seeking our power. They burned our worlds, scattered us. I was a child, hidden in a ship like this one. His eyes met hers, the stars within them slowing. I have not seen another Lumidian in decades. Maya's chest tightened. She knew loss. Her brother, killed in an EDF raid, his laugh still haunting her dreams. I'm sorry, she said, the words rough but real. My brother, he didn't make it either. EDF mission gone wrong. I keep thinking I could have saved him. Tarek stepped closer, his glow softening. You carry his light, Maya Winters, as I carry my people's. The bond lets us share these burdens. She felt it then, a warmth spreading through her, Tarek's hope weaving into her grief. For a moment, she saw his memories, a crystal city, glowing under twin suns, then flames. Her breath caught, the bond pulling her closer to him. She shook it off, standing abruptly. Okay, this mind meld stuff is intense, she said, forcing a grin. Let's stick to the plan. Zara mentioned a Lumidian outpost. You think it's legit? Tarek's tendrils twitched, his glow flickering. It could be a refuge, he said. A place where my kind hide, protected by ancient tech. But I sense a shadow over it. A trap, perhaps, set by Nexus Corp. Maya nodded, her soldier's instincts kicking in. Then we go in eyes open. If your people are there, we find them. If it's a setup, we punch our way out. She paused, then added, that fight in the club. You amped me up, didn't you? I felt like I could bench press a Krell. Tarek's eyes swirled faster, a hint of amusement. The energy dance, he said. Our bond aligns our strengths. In battle, I enhance you, and you anchor me. It will grow stronger. Maya smirked, despite the weight of it all. Cool. Next time, maybe warn me before you turn me into Captain Marvel. She moved to the controls, checking the nav system. Zara's coordinates pointed to an asteroid field, light years away. A safe haven, or a death trap. Either way, they were running out of options. Her comm unit beeped, a cryptic message flashing on the screen. Your memories are not yours, Winters. Check the mission logs. No sender, no trace. Maya's blood ran cold. Someone was watching. Someone who knew her mission's gaps. Those missing moments where she'd supposedly saved Tarek. She glanced at him, his glow steady, unaware of the message. Who was pulling the strings, and how deep did this go? The Lumidian ship slipped into the asteroid field, weaving through jagged rocks that glinted like obsidian under distant starlight. Maya Winters gripped the controls, her knuckles white, the ship's living hull humming beneath her touch. The ESA asteroid ahead was massive, its surface scarred and hollowed, hiding a secret city of Lumidian survivors. Or so Zara claimed. Maya's gut churned with doubt, the cryptic message, your memories are not yours, still burning in her mind. She glanced at Tarek, his glow steady, his starry eyes scanning the void. Trap or not, this place looks like a fortress, Maya said, her voice tight. If your people are here, they're not messing around. Tarek's tendrils swayed, his voice calm but edged. Our sanctuaries are guarded by biotech, alive and aware. Only those with a bond can pass safely. Stay close, Maya Winters. She nodded, banking the ship toward a hidden crevice in the asteroid's surface. The entrance glowed faintly, a web of energy pulsing across it like a living gate. As they approached, the bond flared in Maya's mind. A warm pulse, Tarek's presence guiding her. The gate parted, and the ship glided into a tunnel, its walls shimmering with bioluminescent vines. Maya whistled low. Okay, this is straight out of Avatar. Pandora's got nothing on this. The tunnel opened into a vast cavern, a city of light unfolding below. Crystal spires rose from the floor, their surfaces dancing with colors, blue, gold, violet. Lumidian refugees moved among them, their glowing forms like ghosts in a dream. Platforms floated on grav fields, linked by bridges of woven energy. Maya's breath caught. It was beautiful, but the weight of their mission pressed hard. Nexus Corp was out there, hunting, and this sanctuary felt too perfect to be safe. They landed on a platform, greeted by a Lumidian elder, Kalia, her glow brighter than Tarek's, her tendrils long and intricate. Her starry eyes studied Maya, sharp and knowing. A human, bound to a Lumidian, Kalia said, her voice like a chime. Rare, even in our ancient days. You are welcome, Tarek. And you, Maya. Winters. But you bring danger, Maya bristled, crossing her arms. Not my choice to be a cosmic target, lady. Zara sent us. Said this was a safe haven. Kalia's glow dimmed, her tendrils stilling. Zara speaks truth, but Nexus Corp's shadow grows. They seek our power to control the galaxy's energy fields. Ships, worlds, minds. Your bond makes you a beacon, drawing their hunters. Tarek stepped forward, his voice firm. We seek answers, Elder. Why was I imprisoned? Why was Maya led to me? Kalia's eyes swirled, her gaze piercing Maya. Your bond is no accident. Come. She led them to a glowing chamber, its walls etched with Lumidian runes. A crystal orb pulsed at the center, humming with energy. Kalia touched it, and the bond surged, pulling Maya into a vision. She saw herself as a child, hiding in an EDF bunker, a Lumidian's glow calming her fear. The alien's voice whispered, "You are marked for light." The vision faded, leaving Maya gasping. "What the hell was that?" she demanded, her heart racing. "I've met your kind before?" Kalia nodded. "A seed was planted in you, long ago. It prepared you for this bond. You were chosen, Maya Winters, though we do not yet know why." Before Maya could process, an alarm wailed, the city's lights flashing red. Kalia's glow flared. "Nexus Corp has found us. A traitor within has betrayed our location." Maya's blood ran cold. The bond pulsed with Tarek's anger, mirroring her own. She grabbed her pulse rifle, checking its charge. "Guess it's time to crash their party," she said, flashing a grim smile. "Any tips for fighting in your glowy city?" Kalia's eyes swirled faster. "Trust the bond. It will guide you." She pressed a small device into Maya's hand, a Lumidian biogauntlet, its surface alive with energy. "This will amplify your connection. Use it well." As drones buzzed into the cavern, their plasma cannons glowing, Maya felt the gauntlet hum against her skin. Nexus Corp was here, and someone had sold them out. The sanctuary was no longer safe, and the truth about her past was just out of reach. Who was the traitor, and what did that childhood vision mean? The Lumidian city shook, crystal spires trembling as Nexus Corp drones swarmed the cavern. Their plasma cannons lit the air, carving scorch marks into glowing walls. Maya Winters crouched behind a shattered platform, her pulse rifle hot in her hands. The bio-gauntlet Kalia gave her pulsed against her wrist, its energy syncing with the bond, a steady hum in her mind, Tarek's presence sharp and focused. He knelt beside her, his glow bright, his starry eyes scanning the chaos. Above, Lumidian. Refugees fled across energy bridges, their cries echoing like distant bells. "These drones are relentless," Maya muttered, popping up to fire a burst. A drone sparked and fell, crashing into a spire. "Any chance your fancy city has a self-destruct button?" Tarek's tendrils flared, his voice calm but urgent. "We fight as one, Maya Winters. The energy dance will turn the tide." She raised an eyebrow, dodging a plasma bolt. "Energy dance? Sounds like a rave, not a battle plan." But she felt the bond surge, Tarek's strength weaving into her muscles, sharpening her senses. Her heart pounded, not with fear, but with power. He touched her shoulder, and the gauntlet blazed, its surface rippling like liquid light. "Follow my lead," he said. They moved, synchronized, as if they'd trained for years. Tarek's glow flared, energy streaming into Maya's rifle. Her shots glowed blue, each one slicing through drones like a hot knife. She grinned, adrenaline spiking. "Okay, this is Avengers level cool." They sprinted through the cavern, Tarek weaving energy shields to block incoming fire. Maya's movements felt fluid, enhanced, her leaps longer, her aim deadly. The bond pulsed, their thoughts aligning. Dodge left, aim high, strike now. A drone swooped low, and Tarek channeled energy into her gauntlet. She punched its hull, and it exploded in a shower of sparks. "Hell yeah!" she shouted, fist raised, but the drones kept coming, their numbers overwhelming. Maya's mind flashed with fragments, memories not her own, or maybe buried. A secret lab, Lumidian prisoners in glowing chains, Bishop's voice barking orders. She stumbled, the vision fading, her head throbbing. Tarek caught her arm, his glow steadying her. "Focus," he said. "The bond is unlocking your past." "Great timing," she growled, firing at another drone. The memory gnawed at her. Bishop's betrayal, her mission's true purpose. Had she been sent to that facility to find Tarek, or to die trying? Kalia's voice crackled through a comm device, urgent. "Evacuate to the lower tunnels. The city is lost." Maya glanced at Tarek, the bond carrying his resolve. They couldn't let Nexus Corp win. She spotted a control spire, its core pulsing with energy. "If we overload that, it'll take out the drones," she said. "Can you juice it up?" Tarek nodded, his tendrils swirling. They fought their way to the spire, the energy dance in full force. Maya's gauntlet glowed, channeling Tarek's power into her strikes. A drone grazed Tarek's side, his glow flickering as he grunted in pain. Maya's heart lurched, the bond screaming danger. She spun, blasting the drone, then knelt beside him, her hand on his wound. The gauntlet hummed, and warmth flowed from her, sealing the gash. Tarek's eyes widened. "You healed me," he said, awed. "Didn't know I could," Maya said, shaken but steady. "Guess this bond's full of surprises." They reached the spire, Tarek pouring energy into its core. The drones faltered, their systems frying as the spire overloaded. Maya grabbed Tarek, pulling him toward the evacuation tunnels. The city's lights dimmed, spires cracking under drone fire. Kalia waited at the tunnel entrance, her glow fierce. "You fought well," she said, handing Maya a second bio-device, a small orb. "This will strengthen your bond. Protect it." As they descended, Maya's mind raced. Healing Tarek, those lab memories, Nexus Corp's relentless hunt, it all pointed to a bigger game. Bishop's shadow loomed, and the traitor Kalia mentioned was still out there. The tunnel shook, debris falling. Whatever Nexus Corp wanted, they weren't done. And Maya had a sinking feeling her buried memories held the key to stopping them. The evacuation tunnel pulsed with dim light, its bioluminescent walls trembling as the Lumidian city collapsed above. Maya Winters ran, her boots splashing through shallow pools, her pulse rifle slung across her back. The bio-gauntlet on her wrist hummed, its energy syncing with the bond, a steady thrum of Tarek's presence in her mind. He moved beside her, his glow flickering from his wound, though her healing had stabilized him. Behind them, Kalia and a dozen Lumidian refugees hurried, their starry eyes wide with fear. The air shook with distant explosions, Nexus Corp's drones tearing the sanctuary apart. "Keep moving," Maya shouted, her voice echoing. "Those drones won't wait for us to catch our breath." Tarek's tendrils swayed, his voice tight. "The traitor is among us, Maya Winters. I sense their guilt, sharp and hidden." She nodded, her jaw clenched. Kalia's warning about a betrayer gnawed at her, but there was no time to play detective. The tunnel sloped downward, leading to a hangar where evacuation ships waited. Maya's mind churned. Bishop's involvement, her fragmented memories of a secret lab, the cryptic message about her tampered past. It all pointed to a setup, and this traitor was another piece of the puzzle. They reached a junction, the group pausing to catch their breath. A young Lumidian, barely an adult, lingered. At the edge, his glow dim, his tendrils twitching nervously. Maya's eyes narrowed. The bond flared, carrying Tarek's suspicion, pinpointing the boy. She stepped closer, her voice low. "Hey, kid, you know something about Nexus Corp showing up?" The boy flinched, his starry eyes darting away. The others turned, their glows dimming with distrust. Kalia's voice was sharp. "Speak, Joran. Did you betray us?" Joran's glow faded, his shoulders slumping. I had no choice," he stammered. "Nexus Corp promised safety, a new world for us. I sent them the signal. I thought they'd spare us." Maya's anger surged, the bond amplifying it. She grabbed Joran's arm, her grip firm, but not cruel. "You sold out your own people," she said, her voice hard. "Those drones aren't here to negotiate." The refugees murmured, some stepping forward, their glows flaring with rage. Tarek placed a hand on her shoulder, his warmth calming her. "He is young, Maya Winters, desperate. We have all faced such choices." She exhaled, loosening her grip. Her brother's face flashed in her mind, his sacrifice, her guilt. She couldn't let anger blind her. "Fine," she said, turning to the group. "He's a kid who screwed up. We protect him, get him out." "Nexus Corp's the real enemy," Kalia nodded, her glow steadying. "You show wisdom, human. But we must hurry." A holoscreen flickered to life on the tunnel wall, Bishop's smug face appearing. Maya's stomach twisted. "Winters," he sneered, his voice crackling. "You've got a knack for trouble. That Lumidian was my target from the start. Your mission was bait to draw him out. Surrender him, or I'll brand you a traitor to Earth." Maya's blood boiled, the bond pulsing with Tarek's defiance. "Go to hell, Bishop," she snapped. "You set me up, tampered with my head. I'm coming for you." Bishop's smile widened. Bold words. "Nexus Corp's fleet is closing in." "Run all you want, Captain. You're out of time." The screen went dark. The tunnel shook harder, rocks falling. Maya pushed Joran forward. "Move, kid. You're not dying on my watch." They sprinted to the hangar, where sleek Lumidian ships hummed, ready to launch. Kalia guided the refugees aboard, but a plasma blast rocked the entrance. Nexus Corp ground troops were breaching the tunnel. Maya and Tarek took cover, firing at the advancing drones. The energy dance kicked in, Tarek's power flowing through her gauntlet, her shots glowing blue. But a stray bolt hit their ships. Engine, sparks, flying. Maya cursed, the bond screaming danger. They were stranded, Nexus Corp closing in, and Bishop's threat loomed. Her memories, those lab images, Bishop's voice, felt closer, but still locked away. Who had tampered with her mind, and what was Nexus Corp's endgame? The Lumidian ship limped through a dying planet's atmosphere, its hull scorched from the asteroid escape. Maya Winters steadied the controls, her jaw tight, the bio-gauntlet on her wrist pulsing with faint energy. Tarek sat beside her, his glow dim but steady, his wound healed but draining him. Behind them, Zara's Vex allies, gruff shapeshifters who'd pulled them from the wreckage, muttered in their liquid tongue. The planet below was a wasteland of cracked stone and glowing ruins, home to a lost Lumidian temple and, if rumors held, the galactic light, a weapon that could save or doom entire systems. "Looks like Mad Max down there," Maya said, banking toward a jagged canyon. "Hope this temple's worth the trip." Tarek's starry eyes scanned the horizon, his tendrils swaying. "The galactic light is our last hope, Maya Winters. It can restore our energy fields or destroy those who hunt us. But only a bonded pair can wield it." She felt the bond hum, a warm pulse tying her to him. Since healing Tarek, it had grown stronger, more instinctive. Her memories were clearer too, a childhood encounter with a Lumidian, its glow calming. Her in a war-torn bunker. "You are marked for light," it had said. Now, that mark had led her here, to a weapon Nexus Corp would kill to control. She gripped the controls tighter. No pressure then. The ship landed near a crumbling temple, its spires woven with biotech vines that pulsed like veins. Inside, the air was thick, charged with static. Glowing runes lined the walls, their patterns shifting like a living code. Zara's allies stayed back, wary, but Maya and Tarek pressed on, the bond guiding them through dark halls. The gauntlet flared, reacting to the temple's energy, and Maya felt Tarek's resolve, hope, fear, determination. "This place gives me Indiana Jones vibes," she muttered, stepping over a cracked tile. "Any booby traps I should know about?" Tarek's glow flickered, a hint of amusement. "The temple tests the bond. Its defenses will challenge our unity. Stay close." They reached a vast chamber, a massive energy core at its center, pulsing with blue light, the galactic light. Platforms floated around it, guarded by drones of woven vines and crystal. The bond surged, and Maya's vision blurred. Another memory hit. The secret lab from her mission. Lumidian prisoners, Bishop's voice ordering her to forget. She gasped, the truth snapping into place. A Lumidian had planted a psychic seed in her as a child, preparing her for Tarek, for this moment. "You okay?" Tarek asked, his hand on her arm, his glow steadying her. "Yeah," she said, shaking it off. "Just got a front-row seat to my own screwed-up past. I was set up to find you, Tarek, years ago." His eyes swirled faster, processing. Then our bond was faded. We were meant to face this together. The drones activated, their vines lashing. Out. Maya and Tarek moved as one, the energy dance instinctive now. Her gauntlet glowed, channeling Tarek's power into her strikes, shattering drones with glowing punches. The temple's tests pushed harder, platforms shifted, energy beams fired, but the bond held, their movements flawless. Maya grinned, adrenaline pumping. "This is better than any EDF sim." They reached the core, its light blinding. Tarek touched it and the bond roared. their minds merging. Maya saw the galactic light's power. It could heal Lumidian worlds, or wipe out fleets. Instructions flowed. Only a bonded pair could activate it, their unity the key. They began the sequence, the core humming louder, but alarms blared. Through the temple's cracked roof, Maya saw Nexus Corp's fleet descending, led by Bishop's flagship. Her comm buzzed, his voice cold. "You can't hide, Winters. Hand over the weapon, or this planet burns." The bond pulsed with Tarek's defiance, mirroring her own. Nexus Corp was here, and the galactic light was their only shot. But use it to save or destroy? And could they outsmart Bishop before his fleet turned the temple to ash? The Lumidian temple shuddered, its glowing core pulsing like a star about to burst. Maya Winters stood at its heart, the galactic light's energy crackling around her, the bio-gauntlet on her wrist blazing with power. Tarek was beside her, his glow fierce, his starry eyes locked on the core as Nexus Corp's bombardment shook the planet. Through the temple's cracked roof, plasma fire lit the sky, Bishop's fleet closing in. The bond roared in Maya's mind, their unity, a lifeline. In the chaos, she gripped Tarek's hand, her voice steady. "Time to end this, partner." Tarek nodded, his tendrils swirling. "The galactic light awaits our command, Maya Winters. Together, we can stop them." The energy dance surged, their movements flawless as they channeled the core's power. Maya's gauntlet glowed, her strikes amplified, while Tarek wove energy shields to block falling debris. The core hummed louder, its light flooding the chamber, ready to unleash its potential. Restoration or destruction? Maya's heart raced, the weight of the choice heavy. "We disable their fleet," she said. "No annihilation. We're not them." Tarek's eyes swirled, his glow softening. "Your heart guides us true." They focused, the bond syncing their will, directing the light to target Nexus Corp's ships. A wave of blue energy pulsed outward, EMP-like, frying the fleet's systems. Through the roof, Maya saw ships falter, their lights winking out, drifting helpless in orbit. She grinned. "Take that, Bishop. Star Wars eat your heart out." But the temple's entrance exploded, and Bishop stormed in, flanked by Nexus Corp Marines. His smirk was gone, replaced by cold fury. "You think you've won, Winters?" he snarled, raising a plasma rifle. "Nexus Corp will control the galaxy's energy fields, with or without your pet alien. The Lumidian's power is ours." Maya stepped forward, the gauntlet humming. "You set me up, tampered with my memories, hunted his people. You're done." The bond flared, Tarek's anger weaving into hers. She saw his plan in her mind. Use the light to expose Bishop, not just stop him. She nodded subtly, trusting him. Bishop laughed, advancing. "You're a soldier, Winters, out of your depth. Surrender, or I'll bury you both." Tarek's glow surged, his voice resonant. "You underestimate her, human." He touched the core, and the bond pulled Maya in, their minds merging fully. She felt his sacrifice, a risky overload to boost the light's signal. The core sparked, unstable, and Tarek staggered, his glow dimming. Maya's heart lurched, the bond screaming. "No!" she shouted, catching him, her gauntlet glowing, as she poured healing energy into him, just as she had in the outpost. His glow steadied, his eyes meeting hers, grateful. Using the distraction, Maya accessed the temple's comm array, the light amplifying her signal. She broadcast Bishop's words, his confession of Nexus Corp's plan, across the Galactic Alliance's channels. "This is Captain Maya Winters," she said, her voice clear. "Nexus Corp hunts sentience, manipulates Earth's forces. Bishop's their pawn. Stand with us." The Marines hesitated, their rifles lowering. Bishop roared, firing at the core, but Tarek's shield held, the light's energy deflecting the blast. Maya tackled Bishop, her enhanced strength pinning him. "Game over," she growled, cuffing him with his own restraints. The fleet above went silent, Alliance ships arriving to secure the disabled Nexus Corp vessels. Zara's Vex allies stormed in, securing the Marines. The Lumidian refugees, safe on their evacuation ships, were granted sanctuary by the Alliance, thanks to Maya's broadcast. She helped Tarek stand, the bond warm, unbreakable. "We did it," she said, her voice soft. "You okay?" He smiled, his glow brightening. "Because of you, Maya Winters. Our bond is our strength." They stepped outside, the planet's sky clearing, stars shining above. Maya felt the bond pulse, a promise of new fights, new truths. Nexus Corp was wounded, but others might rise. She glanced at Tarek, her partner, her guardian. Whatever came next, they'd face it together. But one question lingered. What other secrets did the Alliance hide? And who else knew her past?